we're going to go over food here. So this is rice, right? And what is that? Pig blood?
Pig blood.
Pig blood. So pig blood on rice. That's what he's eating for lunch. And then my lovely here, baby girl, she has rice. What's this, babe? What is this?
Flour.
Eggplant fritter.
Eggplant fritter. So it's flour and eggplant. So she's got that. And then some, and then Athen. And what do you got, Athen?
Same.
Same pig blood on rice. So that's all they eat, guys. See?
Dagko lagi na sa mana.
Baboy.
Dungap.
Pig blood on rice, and this is what is this fritter? Eggplant fritter. That's pretty good if you like grease. If you like to eat just grease, that's cool. I mean blood, grease, and carbohydrates. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Welcome, 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 welcome everybody with Tito in the house. They call me Tito here, so I'm Toe. That's my kind of my nickname, Toe. And they got water. They're still hard out at water, and it's still raining. They're really giving the pulls a soak down, but I figured I'd do some topics today while I was over here. I like to do this and talk to the camera and just talk about everything. So just a little farm update. You can see by my previous video, which I'll link to this, you know, on the vegetables and stuff. We planted cantaloupe, we planted corn, string beans, cocoa, mulberry trees so far. We have wild pineapple up on the ridge line of the mountain. They call it a mountain, I call it a hill. But yeah, first of all, thanks to all the subs, the new subs that are following our journey and trying to establish vanilla here in the Philippines and really push this vanilla out to the Philippines because it's such a perfect ecosystem to grow vanilla here. So massive shout out to the new subs. Thanks guys so much. I'm going to shout out to my buying my crew of beers as I always do. Norm, Darren, Stone Cold Steve Irwin, CH Rebel, which is Texas Todd, Dan and Leslie. A new one, Will. Thank you, Will. He's from the Netherlands, and he's coming over and he wants to do vanilla. Yeah, everybody, if I missed you, sorry. But I should write that down, but I did not. So, but I'll shout you guys out again. Our Q&A will be the second week of this month, and we will do massive shouts out to you guys. I got on my list here today, I got YouTube. Wow, huh? My theory for YouTube is they're suffering from a massive lawsuit in Europe, 2.5 to 3 billion. So they're having to make up for that. To me, it's not the commercials or anything, because the commercials are still running on you guys' videos. So if you're unmonetized, the commercials are still there. You're just not getting paid. So that money's going to pay Europe and their lawsuit they lost there. How long will it take? 1 year to 2 years? I don't know, but probably my guess is things are going to return back to normal in a couple of years once they pay that debt off, or it'll slowly, gradually start coming back. A lot of people have gone to Rumble or are double streaming now, and I will be doing that too. If YouTube ever monetizes me and gives me a chance, which may never ever happen, but the link's in the comments, guys. You know the routine. Buy my crew a beer. It's under Buy Me a Coffee, so appreciate that. But yeah, that's the way I see YouTube. I see them suffering a massive lawsuit, man. This thing's big. It's like $2.5 to $3 billion. So they got to pay that money back. So what easier way to pay that money back than demonetize and take all your advertising money to pay off their stupidity for what they've done. I got a condo in here. I had a lot of questions. Well, you sold your condo, didn't you? No, I haven't sold the condo yet. The condo will be going up for sale through JRC, which I highly recommend JRC. Now, I'm not, by any means, am I endorsed by JRC or anything, but I do highly recommend them for your SSRV visa or your 13A visa. They did me a wonderful job, JR and the crew. And then I got a farm update, which I just did. Prison or paradise or both? Is it prison or is it paradise or is it both? That's what I got wrote down here. I want to say that it can be both. You know, it can be a prison, it can be paradise, but or both. What do you think, Jerson? What do you think? Is this prison or paradise
What?
for an expat? This country,
Paradise.
paradise?
Mm-hmm.
It's not prison. I mean, what about the expats that never leave their house? Prison for them. So yeah, but that's just kind of the. I mean, you can't fear. People fear the unknown, guys. So it's just like there was a lot said with the different militias and MPA and groups around here. And actually, there's a warning right now, you know, but you can't fear the unknown. People are people, you know. Don't fear it. Don't lock yourself in your house. If you're going to lock yourself in your house, why are you even in the Philippines, man? It's like, go out and live, man. I'm just here to tell you, these people are good people, especially once you fit in. Now, if you're, you know, if you bring your arrogance from Western cultures here and whatnot, you're not going to fit in well, man, at all. So, you know, weather, we got a big storm brewing out in the Filipino Sea right now. Now, we just got rained on, a good inch of rain, at least an inch. And I did some planting of cantaloupe and whatnot here in my little plot. And then I'm going to plant some white potatoes in there. So even though it's droughting in most of the country, it does not drought in Leyte. We're on the Visayas, so when them storm fronts come in, we always get the showers, regardless how big or small they are. We're always getting rain. So that's why well, I tested this. Last year was a little bit wetter, but we are struggling still on our vanilla, but I'm still, I mean, I put about 30 to 40 plants in the nursery that were suffering, but for the most part, the majority of the orchard's still there and is still doing well. So we're going to leave them up, and we have, I would say in 2 months, probably 800 vanilla cuttings to pin and plant. And yeah, that ought to be interesting. Starting Monday of this week, the first Monday of this month, we're going to be, which is like in 2 days, we will be back on the pole construction. So they will be building the poles in the jungle and planting the poles with the concrete and the netting and the stuffing. Jessica's over there building a hell of a pile of coconut husks right now. She's been chopping all day. My wife's working in the rain, as you can see from the video already. She likes to work in the rain. I'm like, babe, don't work in the rain. You'll be sick. I don't want her sick, man. I really don't. I kind of suffer continuously from sinusitis or whatever. Life in general. I got life in general down here. I don't know why. I can't remember. Toxic tubers. Just kind of talking like some of the other toxic tubers, you know, like the ones that been run out of here. We're finding out that they haven't changed any as far as that goes. They're just doing their same bullshit in other countries. I was going to bring that up. What do I have here? 14 hours. I'm just going to thumb through here, guys. This is I have a little YouTube notebook. You want to see how many videos I deleted, guys? Check that out. So this is from not being monetized. This is how many videos I deleted. See that? And checked. So most of them were checked and a lot were deleted. So I don't know how many thousands of hours I deleted, but it was a lot. It was a lot, and a lot of shorts too. But I've since then decided to cut back on the shorts. I haven't yet because I still have drafts in my short bin. So you'll see a few shorts, and I do pick up some subs on them, 1 to 2 subs per short usually. So, but I am going to cut back on the shorts until I'm monetized or we get the new channel up, which we will be building a new channel, and it'll be all under my wife. And I'll be your host for the new channel. So I'm Chuck Bellis from America. I'm from Wyoming, USA. Forced retired underground miner. I don't know if I should say underground anymore because the last 7 years I was a diagnostic mill mechanic for Freeport Copper and Gold, and that's in Morenci. And I hope you guys are following me. I hope some of my subs are my fellow miners, brothers and sisters in mining. huge respect to you guys. I want to do a big shout out to India. Massive shout out to America for picking up on this, guys. You expats that are coming over here and going to jump on in with me on this vanilla. Massive respect, and it's going to be really good. That's all I can say. Now, I'm not saying I want you guys to realize that if you want to get into vanilla, that's why I'm YouTubing. And even if you're in vanilla on, on my island of Leyte, more power to you. If you are within 8 or 9 hours of my location, I can guarantee you within 3 to 5 years, we will be talking. And if your vanilla farm's established, we will be making deals and processing your vanilla. So it's a win-win for me and you and everybody. Probably will be doing your processing. So, and actually I've thought a lot about it, and I think we're going to probably start processing right here on the farm. So we'll build a mini, there's Athen right behind me. We'll build a mini processing right here for these 1,000 plants. And then once we get all commercialized, excuse me, we'll build a big giant, about a big processing plant. It's not a lot of equipment, it just takes a lot of manpower and a lot of dedication for about 3 months of processing straight through. So you might have 20, 30, 50 people processing your vanilla and everybody else's vanilla that's going to come into my ring, which I imagine there's going to be a lot. But I got 7 people already interested in it. Todd, Texas Todd, he's pretty interested in it. There's just a lot of them, a lot of people interested, and there's some potential out there, guys, that I'm not going to talk about, but there's some actually potential here on Leyte that I might just take advantage of. We'll see how it works out. So, oh, I wanted to bring up, yeah, right now, if you're a rice farmer, buy your rice, man. Buy your seedlings now, because it never fails. The locals, they don't buy their rice, and then when they need a certain blend of rice, it's never available. They get stuck with the bottom of the barrel for their fields. So if you buy your rice now and just store it in your house, in your living room or something, and then you sprout it, when you're ready to put it in your transplant plots, at least you'll have it. So a reminder for everybody that's into rice farming, buy your rice now. You got a couple months, before the transplant plots start up, and then you'll have it. You won't be chasing rice. So just a reminder. Oh, here I go, no monetized. I got no monetized. Yes, I'm not monetized. Still working on it, still pushing for it, still searching and destroying old accounts. Don't know why. I think it's duplicate accounts, but I'll just keep going until I'm monetized. I don't care if it takes me 5 years. But I also talked about doing another channel with Caroline. So my house, no. Farms, yes. So the reason you haven't been seeing a lot of house videos, with my maintenance, because I could be making maintenance videos on the house and whatnot, is because I'm so into this farming and making sure that this place goes and runs, that I'm taking all my time here. Now I realize I only make it here like once or twice, if I'm really lucky, 3 times a week with my health. But every time I come over here, I'll be filming and even doing just little short, talk about walkabouts. States, maybe I'm going to try to get back to the USA this year. We'll just leave it at that. I just kind of need a break, and the crews know what to do. I got them going, man. They're really cranking out poles, and I mean, look at it, guys. I'll just show you. In fact, we'll just go on a little walkabout. How's that sound? I'll just show you while I'm chatting the rest of my list. So yeah, look at this, guys. Just all the bases. Now, see, this row's only got 1 plant on it. You can see the coconut down there on the base because it gets so hot. The second row's been stripped a lot too because the sun gets to it. So I only see 1, 2 plants, 2 poles with plants on it right here. If you want to know if there's plants on a pole, just look at the base and they got coconut around them. Now, my one hand, Jessica's done all these coconuts, and that's to hold the moisture in there. These are just about a year old, and they were babies when we got them. I mean, little tiny things. And they really, they're not maturing, but now that they're on the big fat pole, They will be. Some of them were potted before, so that's why they're a lot smaller than the rest of them, guys. But yeah, you can see, so if you look down this row, anything with coconut husks on the bottom have plants on them. So here's one that, well, these little guys here, you know, they're really struggling, but I think they're going to make it. You even got some new growth going right here, so they're going to make it. These were just little plants from the house that were potted that we had started, and yeah, everything's looking really good. Look at all the coconut she's got. Say hi, babe.
Hi.
That's my wifey Pooh. She's a water girl. Hey, water girl. Water girl. She's my honeybee. I call her all kinds of names. Honeybees, baby girl. Baby girl the most though. And look at that. So Jessica's just done a wonderful job on these bases. She's good hand, man. Once she knows what to do, she does it, and she does it well. So yeah, so all them bases got coconut. She's got everything with a plant on it. Every pole with a plant on it's got coconut, and Caroline's really watering these down good, guys. And like I said, we just got an inch and a half of rain, so everything's wet and smiling right now and happy. Back to my list, water system, maybe a month, guys. I might have the water system in. We got back ordered on our pumps, so we're waiting on pumps. It got so hot in the Philippines, everybody decided to buy all the pumps out of Lazada and stuff. So, but once I get the power in here, life's going to be good. We'll have our pumps. The well does suck dry too. It's not sustaining, but I guess up in that jungle there's another well. So we actually have two wells on this place. We have one way down there, and then we have one up there, which is awesome because we can use gravity to do that, or even a siphon. So yeah, you can see the coconut basis does mean it has a plant. Now these big leaves that fall, I just say leave them. They hold the moisture in. Just watch for snakes, man, because these like the baby cobras like to hang under these. But so far, no cobras within the orchard, only outside and just outside the orchard. So yeah, everything's hunky-dory there with the Cobra King forest. And next, like I said, Monday we will be doing poles again. So I'll show you what we're going to be doing Monday. Today is Saturday. It's about, right now, it's about lunchtime. It's actually an hour past lunchtime. They're just work though. They just skipping lunch, it looks like. But yeah, they'll be planting all these poles starting Monday. So that's what they'll be doing, and then they put the wraps on them, and then they do the fills. And then, like I said, Jessica's got a massive pile of coconut husks. And there's my little plot of cantaloupe. How cute's that? So this is how we do it in America. We mound farm. So that's got 4 on it right there, and then 3, and then 3. So this area will be cantaloupe. And then I'm going to go ahead and just do white potatoes in here, because I eat a lot of white potatoes and whatnot. And they're very expensive over here because not very many people grow them. So this is kind of needs a little bit of grass cutting in it, but we can clean it up when we get our next batch in, or maintain it until then. A quick cut. What's so funny, guys, is in America, these plants and stuff, they go for like 30-40 USD at Home Depot, and they're just growing wild everywhere. You know, even these ferns, these little ferns, see the little ferns? Oh, look at the toad. And there's a big toad, man. What's up, Mr. Froggy? Can you see him, guys? He's a massive toad. So he's about almost 5 inches long and 3 inches in diameter. Almost as big as my hand. And then we have the famous Cobra King forest there. So yeah, there you go. And I would like to say thank you to everybody for joining me on this little talk about. Let's see if I have anything left. Just the water system, friends, all states maybe. I already talked about that. I'm gonna try, but I'm not guaranteeing anything about the farms. Yeah, buy your rice now, guys. So if you're expats and you buy rice for your family to plant, get it now, man, and just put it in your living room or in your shed, and then you won't be chasing your blends, you know, because certain blends do good in certain areas. We have our blend here. We went from 30 bags to 160 bags. That's how far we upped our production. So we were getting 30 bags of rice the first, and we actually had one of the locals do it, you know, for a neighboring tenant. We actually had him do our rice. We got 30 bags from that. When I took it over, or we took it over, I'm gonna say we, Athen, myself, Jessica, Caroline, Jerson. When we took the rice over, we went to 160 bags at 60 kilos. Now the guy that got us the first round, they were only 50 kilos. So you have to think, well, where'd that rice go? Did it really only get, you know, that many bags, you know, 30 bags or whatever? Or was some of it stolen? I would say all the above, guys. So also, if you're going to do rice, and if you can use a harvester, use a harvester. You'll gain 30%, 30 to 35% in production because it chops it on the stem and you don't lose it. So you can see our rice fields out there. They're pretty dry. They're very dry. So and Athen, and it looks like Athen, Jerson, even looks like Jessica's down there. So I think they're going to want to eat lunch, guys. And hey, I guess we had the president come to Leyte. He was actually on one of the dams over here. That's pretty cool, you know. So, but thanks everybody for joining me on this little talk about walkabout. And catch me on the next clip, and I'll be filming 2 videos a week, and once in a while doing a live after. Ayo. So let's check in on the troops, shall we? I've done a little bit today. Not very much, but like I said, just getting in here is a chore for me. So we're gonna turn the camera around here, y'all. We're gonna check on the troops. The in thy vanilla orchard, thy garden of Eden. So what Jerson's doing is, these were the first poles we made. So he's extending them up and filling them to 6 foot. So 6 foot is your perfect height, so you know. And there he is right there. He's going to use that stick to tamp them down. So we're just taking a stroll through thy vanilla farm, through the Garden of Eden. We call it the Garden of Eden. Hi, babe. You're on camera. Is that, you okay with that? Babe, are you okay with that? Don't show your face, babe. And there's Athen over there, the Athenmeister. There's my lovely. She won't show her face. And there's Athen. He's stuffing poles up to 6 foot. A guy, a girl, Sano. Sano. Huh? The guy. The guy. A guy. A girl. There's a girl over there chopping coconut. Jessica and hi, Jessica. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to the world. Look what I mean, guys. She's got a huge pile there. Chop. And then Jerson's grabbing them and he's stuffing them. We're going to use literally tons of this stuff, guys. This coconut husk. By the time we're done with this 500 poles plus, 1,000 plants plus. And then Monday, y'all, we're going to extend. We're going to be working on the grid again. And they got to paint these. See how they got a red tinge to them. So they'll be red leaded. But they're going to paint these. I'll probably put Jessica on painting this, but she's the one that's responsible for all these bases, so they look really good, all these bases. And then they did a really good water on the plants, but they will be extending these from this pole in that direction all the way to the edge of that forest over there. So we'll be able to get a lot more poles. I'm guessing another 100 and 120 right here in this section to add to our poles. So 120 right here, perfect filtration. See how it's got the perfect cover over it. So you got to do it right here. Even though there's trees down there, you can't do it down there because when the sun sets to the west, it bakes them in poles. So you got to do it right through these trees, and then we'll be good to go. So we've been, I only found 2 today that needed the nursery. So everything else looks pretty substantial. I mean, you know, with our pins, see, there's no lines in that. Look at that beauty, man. That's a beauty. There's a lot of them that are a beauty. So, but I walk through every row again. I do it every time I come over here. And then if I find one that's dehydrated, I go ahead and pin it, or cut the pins off, and I go ahead and throw it in the nursery if I see any dehydrated. It's pretty common for them to lose their top and bottom leaves, so you know, don't fear it, you know. Don't fear it, because they'll naturally lose their top and bottom leaves, but you're supposed to trim them back, you know, at the top like I explained, and the bottom. So the top 3 leaves get cut to 1 inch like that. See how I got that cut? And then you go ahead and trim your bottom 3 leaves completely off. And so that cuts the water out, stops it from water. Now this got some lines in it, so I'll keep an eye on that. That one might be getting dehydrated. But all it takes is 1 shoot of root in there. And once 1 shoot of root finds moisture, you're gold, man. That stem will swell right back up. So they're out there busy. That's the vanilla orchard. Hey, Jerson, how many poles do we got in so far?
Already planted?
Yeah. 200 and something? 296? Okay. He's checking on the pole count for us, guys. So this is... We have... Just doing a scan around, guys. 296? Huh? 276. Okay, so subtract that from 500. So 276, guys.
224.
So we have 224 left for the first goal of 500. So if you don't know, now you know. The first goal was 500, but we're going to push for 1,000. And then we can have up to 3,000. If we can get 1,000 poles in here, like the next 500, we can put three on them. So that's another 1,500 vanilla plants. So, but like I always say, think big, guys. Don't think small. Think big. You know, if you gotta, like, say if we get a super typhoon, you know, and we lose a bunch, you know, we're still going to have that reserve, even if it's only 500, 600, 700 plants. You know, I engineered this thing so the wind should blow right through these rows. You know, they're nice and spacious. The grid system set up really good. It's strong. These artificial poles, these are basically what they are, is an artificial tree. They're not going to fall. It's stout. See, I got them. See how I'm doing that? Now you don't see any wiggle over there. And then they're also tied to the trees. It does move. It does flex with the force, but it flexes with the trees, and it should really hold it up, and the wind should just blow down these rows. And you know, it might shake some leaves off and whatnot, but or even rip some leaves off. I've seen these trees stripped from typhoons, guys. It just strips the leaves off. But it shouldn't fall over. That's the whole goal, is that it does not fall over. So they pump the well dry. They can get 200 gallons out of a well pump. So they managed to get 4 blue barrels. So 400 gallons per pump. So in 24 hours, my well produces about 400 gallons. I'm going to say 12 to 24 hours. But yeah, it looks really good. And so what these looked like before, guys, was they look like this. So this is the very first pull we did. And I was gone, and they only made them that big. And then we put these extensions on them later. Now we do have a welder coming, so we'll weld these. You know, just a little, just a tack. Probably a flex core MIG wire welder. You know, maybe a couple tacks. We'll cover this with fire blanket and a tack. But that's what they look like, guys. When I came back from the USA, they were totally wrong. And I've showed you like 4 or 5 times the new latest and greatest pull. But yeah, they're just thriving. This one's about a year old, but it came in as a little guy. So it's taken time to mature, you know, with the bigger leaves. And this will take 3 to 5 years to produce vanilla. But it's really doing well. Even though the leaves are small, it's really doing well and happy. Now it's got some sag to it, so we're going to have to pull this up and tie it and work that coconut down into that sag, and then yeah, it'll be fine. I've done it to a few of them. See, like this one here. But you guys won't have to deal with that. See that, how I tied that temporarily? It was that one was just as bad, but I pulled it up and sagged. Now that's just a little guy we just stuck on there to see if he's gonna make it. There's a couple little guys, but they actually came in that small. That's why I say, man, really watch where you order from, because you will get cutlings this big, this tiny, guys. You'll get cutlings that tiny and be charged full price for like a mature cutling. So that was our first batches. So that's why they're so immature. But some of these are doing really well. I mean, like that one. Now he's got to stuff that pole, and that one's doing really well. But yeah, so we have that many, and all these got to go in, and then I think we're over 500 poles, to be honest with you. And I know that's a mess. I'll clean it up, because I'm a stickler for a clean workplace. So tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Sunday, but Monday, we will be we'll be continuing on with the poles over yonder, over there, and getting these 500 poles in the ground. And we are currently waiting on pumps from Lazada. They are in back order for our water system. And then once we get the pumps, we'll do the booster stations. And might be buying me a tank, and we'll haul it up there for now. So we got the tank for the main tank, and then we'll have lift stations coming up the hill. And then what we'll do is we'll put on each of these poles, you just string like 1/4 to a 1/2. I don't know if it's going to be 1/4 or a 1/2 through these tops. And then you just put a 1 drip system going down on each pole. So you can just turn it on. It might be zones, you know, it won't be all at once. We'll have a ball valve, so we can do like 2 rows at a time. You know, set it, water it, and then set it, water it, and set it and water it, and later do an automated timer system, so it waters the zone. You know, it might water them 2 rows, these 2 rows next, these 2 rows next, these 2 rows next, you know, work its way through the farm, depending on